Right now, less than half of adult Americans are married. Fewer and fewer people are being married because many people don't understand it. Many people fear it. Some people just think, I don't know that I can succeed in marriage. I have a 50-50 chance. Love in our society has become a very fickle thing, and something that a lot of people say that you can't understand. You know, nobody knows, about love, and if once you've fallen out of love, you can't get it back. Well, we had been fighting for months, really years. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how to keep her, and I didn't know what I was going to do if she left. At that point, I said, Holy Spirit, teach me how to be a husband, because I don't know. And if you help us, we'll help others. And I had no idea, ultimately, what that would become. I walked in the room and I said, please forgive me. And for the first time in our married life, I apologized to my wife. Once our marriage was healed, people just started coming to us for help. And we were just kind of shocked that anybody would ask for our advice. We didn't think of ourselves as being marriage experts by any means. God doesn't use me to do this because I'm special. God uses me to do this because if I can do it, anybody can do it. In April of 1993, the Lord gave us the vision for MarriageToday. I could see us sitting on a set. I could see us talking about marriage. And, it just seemed a little bit, impossible at the time. I knew that God was raising us up in response to a spirit of divorce and just all the attacks that were coming against marriage. What our passion is to help people succeed in marriages. Well, when we started MarriageToday, we just had battle after battle after battle, literally for our existence. And this went on for about, 7 or 8 years. And I decided it's time to shut it down. And I was sitting there and I could hear the voices of little children. And they were saying, help my parents, don't give up. This is about helping us to have a better future and helping us to build a family that will last, a godly family that will last. It's not for me, it's not for us, it's for those children. I'll continue. This is what we love to do in MarriageToday. We love to tell people God's plan for marriage, and it works, and it's beautiful, and it gets better every year when you do it God's way. I just want to give you the good news. When God creates anything, He creates it for success. Well, for over 20 years, we've been reaching out to individuals, to couples, to churches to help equip them in the area of marriage. We're seeing a large-scale change. It's happening all over the world. It's happening with millions of people. And we're seeing a kind of a movement begin.
My name is Chewy. I was born in Nigeria. One day I was channel searching, and it was on Daystar.
It's not the lucky few that succeed in marriage. All of us can succeed in marriage.
MarriageToday with Jimmy and Karen have really changed our view of what marriage is all about.
MarriageToday with Jimmy and Karen is broadcast in over 110 million homes in the United States and over 200 countries worldwide. MarriageToday exists to raise the standard, God's standard for marriage. You don't have a 50-50 chance. You have a 100% chance if you do it God's way.
I just want to thank MarriageToday for giving us hope, in our marriage, and for allowing us to heal and bring our family back together.
God made marriage to get better every year.
For the first time, I think, in my life, I realized we're not alone.
If you're out of love, you can fall back in love. If you've done each other damage, you can repair that damage, because that's where we were.
There are so many of us who have been pulled from the jaws of hell by what they do every day.
The best marriages are not two perfect people who get together and chemistry strikes and they live happily ever after. The best marriages are two very different people that roll up their sleeves and go through lots of trouble together, but they stay together and work it out, and they come out as best friends. We believe that God raised us up as a ministry to make a difference. And as we grow as a ministry, we touch more and more lives. And as those lives are touched, communities are changed virally. as a couple, but also as a church and society. We need to work on marriage. We need to make it a priority in our lives.
My name is Jordan Mitchell. I'm a specialist in the Army National Guard.
Marriage Today has given us an extremely large knowledge of what marriage truly is and what it was intended for and what it's possible to become.
I know they have helped so many people, but I know they've helped us.
When we started Marriage Today over 20 years ago, we had one book, Marriage on the Rock. And if you needed help, we'd give you Marriage on the Rock, and that was it. Now we have over 100 resources, like our Blending Families resource, the book, and also the small group resource. The Right One, to help singles to date and marry the right person. We also have our 21-day Inner Healing Journey app, which thousands of people have gone through, which helps people to heal. We have 2 very large conferences every year, and we have many thousands of people attend live, and we have hundreds of churches that simulcast in.
Had it not been for the tools of Marriage Today, we wouldn't make it. Marriage Today has literally taken our church from a small church in the living room to over 4,000, 5,000 plus people inside that building. It starts with marriages, and we're excited to be a part of this movement.
Because of us equipping them with resources, with messages, and also with our simulcast, churches are now reaching out into their communities. In fact, the largest growing churches in America are marriage building churches. Listen to what I'm about to say. You have a 100% chance of success in marriage. You were made for marriage. God made you in your mother's womb, and you were made for marriage. We have a lot of hope. We have a lot of faith in God and in the power of God to redeem lives, to redeem homes, and to redeem society, one heart, one home at a time.